Welcome back to another episode of the Tapped In Podcast. We are still here at the 2026 New York State Maple Conference. Today we are here with my old ag advisor, Eric Bugbee. So welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Nice to meet you, Dan. It was a pleasure to finally get to meet you. I've watched the first couple episodes, and it's been fun.
Thank you, Eric. Great to meet you too. And now, thanks a lot for allowing us to set up shop.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't know what to expect today. It's first event here at Cobleskill. Really hoping that we can get this back here next year. And yeah, it's been a good day.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone's pretty happy out there. From what I've heard, so maybe it'd be bigger next year.
Absolutely, a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback. Mr. Schiebel's done a great job. He's already talking maybe having this upstairs in the big gym, maybe some more vendors. So yeah, we'll keep it going.
That'd be awesome.
No one will be mad about more vendors.
Do they think they would have it back here again?
Yeah, they're looking at it. So the facilities are set up. We had a good day. I think obviously with the classrooms and the space upstairs, we could really make it happen.
That's cool, man. Because it's been a long time since I've been in one of these. Like I said, the last one I went to was Verona. I don't know what year that was. All I remember is 34 below zero on my truck coming home that night.
Yeah, you're probably talking almost a decade ago now.
I bet.
So yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think when you first started with FFA, helping out was in Verona, right? In VBS Bennett?
So no, my first year was at the state fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So it was after they had left VBS, but then we did 2 years at Verona and Downs.
Yeah, Vernon Downs.
Vernon Downs. Okay, that's
so
right.
There was 2 years there, but no, I never was at the VBS ones. But for anyone that doesn't know, this is my old ag teacher from high school. So him and I have, stayed in touch, obviously, since I left high school, clearly. And he's got his own maple operation, and he helps me out a bunch with mine. I mean, if you watch my videos, we use Mount Markham's RO at my house, and, it was tremendous help. And we get to help out the FFA with their syrup production. So maybe going a little bit, what do you do at the school, and what are you doing with the kids, and the maple side and the non-maple side of everything?
Yeah, so certified ag teacher at the high school. So I teach ag and tech. My principal does a really good job of describing our program. He calls it a mile wide, but an inch tall. We do a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
So maple obviously being very seasonal, depending on what type of students we have that year. If they're really into maple, we may do things for a month or 2 months. When Bennett was there, that's certainly what we were doing. I would say now, maybe, some kids are a little less interested. So bare minimum, we're going to produce for a couple weeks, give them that information. Certainly a ton to learn. There's lots of chemistry involved. So we'll do that educational piece. When Bennett was there, we were probably producing a little bit more. But this year we're looking to do a number of gallons again. And we actually are set up now. We can sell the syrup back to our food service, our cafeteria, and it'll be used right on campus.
Well, that's outstanding.
Well, and another thing you guys do with your syrup is there's a backyard sugaring contest, right?
Yeah, so through New York Ag in the Classroom, there is it's called a schoolyard sugaring contest. So we enter that at the high school level each year. There are an elementary version, middle school version of that. So it's really ideal for schools to pair up with a producer throughout New York State. Yeah. And again, through New York Ag in the Classroom, they do all the judging, but a really nice contest every year.
I know that was a good program for Bennett in high school. We didn't have that growing up in Evanston.
No.
The metropolis over there, they didn't have an FFA program at all.
Yeah.
I know New Berlin used to back in the day. And I really wish they did. I think it would have been good you probably wouldn't have gotten in so much trouble.
We wouldn't have seen one of those overhead projectors get destroyed with a,
Our old ag teacher, yeah.
Wayne Mayer, man, he was a classic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would have been awesome. We never had anything like that. It was just basically woodworking stuff, along those lines.
I always said I would have never made it through high school as easy as I did, as happy as I did without Mr. Bugbee. That's for sure.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Two or three good times.
So you guys are making the syrup right there at the school.
Yes,
that's interesting. What kind of evaporator are you guys using?
Yeah, so we've got a Lapierre Mini Pro. So it's 2x4. It's gas powered. So we got a propane, propane fired evaporator. We actually put it inside of a small enclosed trailer, right outside of the classroom. So we try to keep things right tight to the classroom, and then so we're in and out. We have 43-minute class periods.
Yeah,
so
you got kids coming in.
Yeah,
kids coming
so
out.
when we're boiling, we're trying to keep it going for 7-8 hours, and so you just got to have an eye on it. And
that's a good thing with gas.
Yeah,
we can shut it down.
Shut it off.
And we haven't burned the pan up yet.
That's
so,
good.
Yep.
We were also running a little deep. We were on our front pan at 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
In that system, you needed about 3/4 for efficiency, so we run a little deep.
We certainly do. It takes us a while to get to a draw, but we're not
Long
in
time
danger
for a
of-
draw or burn a pan.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We want to. We don't want to burn anything up.
Maybe I think I just found the man to make me my 100 gallons, boys. He said you two can't.
Yeah, right.
yeah, right.
It's an 8-hour day of school, 5 days a week.
I'm not sure the donator of the propane would be very happy with that.
Yeah. So the local gas company, Ferguson Fuels, they donate the propane for us.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So we use a little less than 50 gallons of propane in a year.
Usually what used to happen is I'd get everything set up and we'd go to light the fire and I go, "Hey, Mr. Bugbee, did we get that delivery of propane?" He's like, "No, we didn't get that."
I got a guy. I'll call.
Do you find, I guess, question I have for you, do you find that the new generation, these younger kids, are they interested in maple or are they more interested in these? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
because it's a different era now, with these kids.
yeah, it's every kid is different, and it doesn't take, and that's really why I brought a dozen kids here today and try to just get them in the door, right? And we probably all started, and there's so many stories of people starting on that turkey fryer, just boiling for days and days, and you're so proud of that product when you're done with it. And that's really what we're trying to emphasize here. If we have kids that have a couple maple trees in the yard and I can send them home with a couple drops in a bucket, then they can bring it back into school. That's just kind of setting the hook for them.
Oh yeah, that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of opportunities like that. Kids that you would never think would be into maple, maybe don't even think that they're going to be into agriculture or being a farmer. Really is what we are as maple producers. Is we're entrepreneurs and we're farmers. And we're out there and we're hustling and trying to market our product, and it's there's a lot to it.
Yeah, it is too. It's hard work, it's teaching life lessons too, the way I look at it, you want something, go get it, and anything's possible, I think for us, we'll go back to our roots. Growing up is the same way. Growing up on a dairy farm, hard work at the end of the day. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but if you got hard work ethic, you're gonna go a long ways in life.
Yeah.
Well, it's even like with Glenn Goodrich that we just had on. He started out on cinder blocks in a flat pan. So
You don't start on the top. You really don't.
yeah, it's
Nobody
like
does.
the good thing is you can get into maple at any level.
If you really want to just be basics, you could probably spend a couple $100, go set up some bricks, put a little wood fired in there, and drop a pan on it, and you're making syrup.
Well, my first year, that barrel I bought, I got a barrel for free. I bought the kit for $100. I was in $200. I was boiling syrup.
Exactly. And the only thing that's 100% natural too, right, comes right out of that tree, out of the ground, and right onto your cooker. You cook it, and there it is. It's one of the neatest things. I feel it's like one of the coolest things.
Oh, absolutely.
What else is like that you don't have to per se plant? Like you want sweet corn, you can plant it. Whatever it may be. This comes straight out of the ground, baby, out of the tree, right there. Cook it. You got it.
Yeah.
So you and your brother have a maple operation too, right? What's the size of that?
Yep. So our operation it's called Mother Tree Maple. It's my twin brother and I. We kind of operate that together.
Identical.
Yeah. So who am I? Right?
So who am I sitting next to, guys?
But we're about 200 taps.
Okay.
So last year we were probably 150 to 175. We'll probably be 200 this year. But it's a family operation. We really do it as a labor of love. Our family gathers in the sugar house, every night during the sugar season. We're playing cards, we're having dinner out there. The kids are running around.
It is fun over there. I've been over there a couple times, and you don't go over there and have a bad time.
Got to check it out.
I talked a little bit about that with Glenn when you first started off, dude. The old days of the bacon hanging. I don't know whoever came up with that idea. It was smart. You throw the hot dogs in the front pan.
Right.
You got hot dogs cooking. That's what gets it going, man. All that is what gets it, fuels it, and then you're like, "This is cool, man. I want to keep going with it." And eventually, you just gets out of control. As we said, it's an animal that
It does. It can get out of control. It's like walking into this gym in here and looking at all the shiny objects. It's,
Ooh, I think I need that.
I think I need it, or do I want it, or do I need it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's the balance that we've struck at Mother Tree Maple is if we buy something, we'll buy one item a year.
Right,
But other than that, intentionally keeping it as a hobbyist, so
Cool.
it just doesn't take over. So, but it's been a really good experience. I think we've been boiling since 2018.
Right.
I may have that.
You guys built your sap house behind your brother's garage, right?
Yep. So putting that addition on my brother's garage. At his side, we call the North Sugar Bush, north facing, so much cooler slope. But we do have good elevation. So we're at at the sugar house. We're bringing all our sap directly in. A collection tank with lines. At my house, it's a south facing slope, so we're neighbors, but just kind of just around the corner of the mountain. Get a little more early production out of mine. I only got 75 at my house. The rest are on the main line at his place. But it really opens up quicker at my house, and we're hauling that over to the sugar house.
That's a nice thing to have both options. So,
Yeah, an earlier
your
run,
great grandfather that said that would take. He'd be pulling buckets in one woods, and actually just starting to tap a whole nother separate woods.
Like right around April 1st, he would just drill a whole section of woods quick and hammer a run for like 2-3 days, and it was
and
done.
then it'd be done.
That's
Yep.
wild to have that kind of crew to be able to do that too. Like, you just don't walk in the woods and tap 2,000 taps in like a day. You know,
Right.
it takes a minute.
Yeah, especially this. Yeah, everyone around here is kind of a smaller setup. Like, you don't find many guys that are hiring a ton of people. That's one thing I wanted to ask Glenn. I wanted to ask Glenn how many people he had like throughout the summer. But I think he had 4 main guys he was mentioning. Because like we can't, obviously like, you can't have someone just hired all summer. Because
Oh no, I mean, I don't even what I'm going to pay him with my wage that I make for my
Your
regular
good looks,
job.
right?
Yeah,
Good
off
looks,
farm
man.
income.
I
Right?
mean, and what is somebody like? I get this all the time. Hey, I'll come help you. Okay, well, do you want to be paid? Because I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. Yeah, if you want to give me some free labor, absolutely. But do you want $25 an hour? I can't afford $25 an hour.
right,
you know?
right.
So like, I kill myself doing everything myself because of that.
Yeah.
sure.
But at some point, like I hired you a couple summers ago, and
Yeah, baby.
hell, I paid him.
Well, we hung our main line.
Oh yeah, you did.
I paid you. What's wrong with you, dog?
Then it came over to hang our main line. It never even occurred to me to even offer to pay him.
No,
No.
you would never pay. You don't need to pay him.
But what I realized that day, well, I had him there, like, I don't have to teach him because he knows what he's doing already.
Yeah.
Bennett was pulling taps, and I was able to go. I was like standing there and thinking to myself, wow, I actually have some help today. I can go cut trees. Remember, I took the chainsaw, and I had a bunch of trees down that were on my main lines that I wanted to get cleaned up. And when I was over there, I was kind of like, wow, this is kind of nice having somebody else here.
Yeah.
Well, and it's kind of like what we're doing here, right? We're trying to educate people about the industry, how we do it, how it's done, because it's hard to find people nowadays that know what they're doing, go out in the woods and can manage themselves and not ruin the entire thing, right? Like leave a quarter-inch spile in the line every time.
Boys, listen right now. Silence.
I know. This is the first time.
I don't know what you guys can see by watching this, but it's been nonstop noise back here. I hope it comes off good, but
No, but it's so you guys have a nice operation over there. And you're looking we'll get off the maple a little bit here, more about you. You're looking into maybe starting some more like market gardening type stuff, like more like working off the land kind of a thing.
Yeah. So, last couple of years, my family and I, we produce as much food as we can for what we call our homestead.
Sure.
It's called Carter Hill Homestead. So my wife and I do a lot of gardening, and we do a lot of preserving. We freeze dry a lot of the produce that we're growing. And there's a line that I'll steal. It's from JM Fortier, Jean Martin Fortier. His line in market gardening is we need less mass production, but more production by the masses. So we need
Very
more
true.
people doing agriculture. Right?
Well, yeah, that can flow right back into the maple world, right?
Absolutely.
that's what they were talking about last night. We need to get more people making the potential's here. Look at it. Everywhere you look, there's
Maple.
trees.
Yeah.
When I drive down the road, I don't know about you guys, but I just look and I see thousands upon thousands of dollars just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
the people don't know that they can get so much money by leasing land or whatever. I mean, their money is in the lease, like for a leaser, for
Oh
someone.
yeah, like I lease my properties, man. That guy, one's my family member and one's the guy right up the road. Great people. They don't have to do a single thing. they collect a check at the end of the maple season
Yep.
for doing absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Correct.
And it's a nice check.
A nice check,
How
right.
nice is that?
Right.
I mean,
Well, it'd be nice if you want to drop one off at my place.
but you know what like they,
Yeah.
I look at it like, man, I'm out there pounding the woods. I'm putting all the work in, buying the equipment, man. I got serious, cost, overhead, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the year, there's no matter how bad a good a year I had, they're still getting the same amount.
Yeah.
And it's a tax break for them. They can claim it under agricultural. So it's a win-win. But you got to find the right person. Not everybody's into this. You know what I mean? It takes a different type of dude to want to do it because it's hard work.
Have you found anything else in your maple woods that you can do outside of maple season? Like with this, I don't know, new age gardening type thing, is there anything you can do in the woods like to make it more of a year-round money maker?
Right, 'cause that's one of the things when
you
you lease out your land to like a size operation like Dam here, you have line all out your woods.
Right.
You can't go out there and hunt in it. You can't go log it. You can't do these things. So yeah, is there anything alternative you can do in the woods to take up that time?
Yeah, I think every woodlot's going to be a little bit different.
Sure.
And then just think about diversifying your operation. Every farm in New York State should be diversifying their operations. We all probably grew up on, if you didn't grow up on a dairy farm, you probably worked on a dairy farm. We obviously know that those family dairies are few and far between, and it's not a knock, but we've got farms near us that they're going to be milking 9,000 cows, in a short amount of time.
Sure.
And they employ a lot of people. That is industrial agriculture. It's that vertical integration, and we need it. We absolutely need it. But there's certainly a place for, I think, it's a family farm, and if we can diversify, I think there's that place.
Oh, absolutely.
With that, in the forest, I think there's some opportunities to do foraging, depending on what slope and what other ground covers you have. We forage for wild leeks in the spring. Mushroom production is, if you have that skill set, you can certainly be producing mushrooms. That's another lot of labor involved in that. Obviously, we probably all cut firewood.
I was going to say there's always firewood, I'm
Yep.
assuming. Yeah.
And then just, setting up a management plan for your forest, and your local forest agents would absolutely come onto your properties and help you come up with a forest plan to manage all these things. And I think that's key. Obviously, our deer populations are huge. So,
Yeah.
Problem we're going to see probably in the future with maple is how many of those maple saplings are getting just nipped all
off,
every.
yeah.
And so there's a lot of studies, and maybe we actually create fencing, natural fencing with tree felling, that we create habitat for maples.
Correct.
Essentially, you're trying to keep the deer out in that
Right.
situation. But
I don't know. I must have had that happen in hunting season this year because whatever I did kept the deer out this year for me.
Yeah.
What are you talking about deer populations? But boy, I don't know. You talk to people down our way, I don't think there's any deer left. But then as soon as gun season ends, look, there they all are.
There they are.
They know what's
Right.
going on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They've learned for sure. I mean, I'm down in Connecticut, and the deer population there. I mean, they're getting deer all the time because we're such a densely populated area that we're on 500 acre spot that they could hide. So it's just like our deer population is just insane compared to the acreage that we have. So that would be, I think the deer would be really, really bad for maple there because they would just go after the line like crazy. I think now there's not much maple there, so I don't have any studies to prove that. But there's a little bit of line in the woods I've seen, but it's down on the ground now, so who knows how long it's been there.
Right. What they did, maybe they might have done that one year and found out that that wasn't much cost effective with deer.
Right.
You guys got squirrels and a
I
lot
can't
of critters
imagine it's
around
gonna be.
there
It's
too.
gotta be the run's gotta be short in Connecticut because once it gets warm, it kind of stays warm. It doesn't really cool back off it like it does in New York, especially.
Yeah, I don't. Back to that deer thing quick. So that property that I hunt up on, Earl Peterson's there for years. He let nobody hunt that property. It's like 1,800 acres, and he's like he started noticing in his woods he had no undergrowth, nothing, and you don't even know that. Like, they're in there just chewing, eating all day. And he's like, all right, I'm going to let some people start hunting it. And then, we started controlling the doe population, but it will happen. Those deer will eat. They'll kill all them small saplings.
Right, and that's I think we're gonna see it in our lifetime is sugar makers struggling with the declining sugar bush, and those saplings didn't ever take off.
Right.
So,
The only thing that I thought may help us out down, and it's going to be interesting to see in the next 20 years for me, is the ash borer. has come through, and they say in 10 years there won't be an ash tree in our area. So something's got to take over that spot, whether it's maple, hopefully, or beech, hopefully not,
Right.
or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
we are all hinging on this on a sugar maple or even
Something
soft
is going to
maple,
take
but-
the spot of all these ash that are
right.
gone.
So what in the 50s and 60s it was the emerald
The elm,
the elms,
right? Yep.
So wiped out elms. Now we see elms coming back, but
Correct.
oftentimes they'll decline right away. The ash trees, we're certainly seeing. How many guys have a forest that you've taken out every healthy ash because you're trying to get marketable timber out?
Correct. That's what everyone's doing right now.
Well, the guys in the maple woods who put their woods up 15, 20 years ago, and they have their tied tree into an ash. Now they're going to have to relocate their entire maple anchor because it's in an ash tree. It's going to be dead in 5 years.
Yeah, and I made that mistake just recently. I got a guy who messaged me on one of my videos. Hey, I don't know how the ash borer is working up there where you guys are, but down here, they're bad. He says, you might want to second think about tying around an ash tree. I didn't think about it. I saw a big ash tree standing. I mean, big. And I was like, yeah, I'll go around that one. Oh, I'll probably end up having to take that down at some point.
We
but
were doing that. We just ran our line in the woods, and I'm like, here, let's go around this tree. And he's like, nope, that's an ash. We'll skip that one. I'm like, yeah, that's good thinking.
Yeah,
there.
because it's going to be gone
It's
probably.
going to be gone soon.
You know, one thing about the hard maple, though, that's a tough tree, boy. That they are strong. Like, you think about the 10 caterpillars came through here a couple years ago and pretty much chewed off every mountaintop you saw.
Right.
And everybody thought they were done, but a lot of those trees that were chewed off, man, I'm getting a lot of sap out of them same trees. They look good.
And that year, the ability for a sugar maple it was completely defoliated and to basically put out an entire new leaf set and still provide all that photosynthesis to provide those sugars. It is pretty good a testament to the sugar maple.
Yeah, the sugar maple. It's just an unbelievable tree. Like, they are, it's. I just couldn't believe that. I mean, you drive down the road and you look at the root or the tops of the mountains, gone.
Yeah,
brown.
You see right where they took it off. This area was bad here in Cobleskill. I was working over here that year, or those 2 years, and it was bad. So
you're here today with the FFA. You got a nice H2O hoodie on here, and so what is your guys' role within this convention? Because it's a great convention here. So what are you guys here doing? What service are you providing here?
Yeah, so we've been here both days. Yesterday, our role was to help the vendors unload their trucks and get set up for the expo. Today, our responsibility is really to be available for all the participants to help them get to the different classrooms. So we're in a couple different buildings, so kind of directing traffic there. Here in a little while, when the expo closes, we'll be kind of turning around and taking the show down and getting all this equipment back to the vendors' vehicles. We did that. And this morning, Bennett and I, we did the workshop for FFA students to prepare for the Maple Career Development event. That'll happen at our New York State Convention in Buffalo. But kind of a little preview of what it could look like and help prepare students for that.
And how many schools did you have here today?
I believe there were 6 schools here today.
It's actually pretty good attendance, I thought. I was expecting a little less. So
I think we had right around 35, 40 kids in there and some other adults that were interested. And one neat thing is, and just the people that you meet, we had a nice young lady that lives in the Buffalo area. We're going to need judges for that contest, so we're able to make that contact.
Oh, awesome.
She's willing to help out with that.
That's one of the hardest things with FFA is finding people that want to sit all day and judge the same competition. So whenever you can find someone that's interested in the organization or wants to give back, that's just an amazing thing. And that's one of these amazing things about this conference is not only are you here for Maple, but you're networking in so many ways. It's something like this. So. Do you think what do you think the kids are getting out of something like this today? Like obviously they're getting to see all the equipment, but you think any of these kids will go back and maybe inspired to start something of their own or something?
I'm hopeful that they see all sorts of different opportunities, and not even just on Maple, but here they've spent 2 days on Coblesko's campus.
I was going to say they're on campus. They can have a little bit about where this college is, what it's about. A little bit.
Right, and absolutely, and it even if they don't select Cobleskill, maybe they found something. Okay, I'm not going to go here because it's not quite the fit for me. And finding out what you don't want to do is just as important as finding out
absolutely
what you're going to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the Maple side of things, we do have some kids that are interested in Maple. Some smaller producers, I would say, just as you described in the beginning. Those hobbyists.
Yeah.
And then they get to go see some of the new equipment, all the technology. That's pretty neat.
That is neat.
I think it's pretty cool what you guys are doing up there. Just it's available for you. You know what I mean? That was never available for us.
No.
And even if it was something you were into, there's really no way of doing it.
Right.
Plus a family member was into it. I applaud you for the work you put in.
Absolutely.
You should see this guy's setup he's got in his classroom, and it is amazing what he's providing for these kids. You got here, what, 7?
I'm in my 9th year.
9? Whoa.
Yep.
God,
Yeah, I know.
dang.
A little grayer, a little less hair.
Probably them gray hairs came from him.
Yeah, you're not
I'm just guessing here.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I got one quick story about Bennett.
Oh yeah, we've been waiting for this.
Yep.
So we went to National Convention, right? National Convention is in Indianapolis. Took a crew of guys out there. I think we had seven boys, right?
And 1 girl.
And then 1 girl. So
That's a bad combination right there. We're starting right there.
It was okay. So 6 of the boys were we were rooming in groups of 6, right? So in the hotel room, 6 of them were supposed to be in one room.
Yeah.
We had 1 student that was going to be with some other
6
schools from another.
Yeah.
6 guys, 1 room with 2 beds and a pull-out couch.
Yeah.
So
Awesome,
it was
right?
interesting.
The math was mathing out.
Yeah,
right?
it was making perfect sense.
But the 7th didn't want to feel like the odd man out. So he's like, no, I'm staying with those guys too. So you got 7 guys in one hotel room. I mean,
Yeah.
what could go wrong, really?
Right.
Really, right.
So they all thought they were welders, right? They all loved to talk about welding
boy.
and think about this. So we put them in a hotel suite with a microwave and silverware. What do you think they were doing?
We
So-
became the microwave welders.
Microwave welding.
That's not too good, boys.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was bad news.
when it's not your microwave or your silverware, it's a great idea.
Didn't we do something like that in
Probably.
home ec one day back there in Mrs. Bowen's
Yeah,
class?
I think we did.
Didn't we throw some
It
tin
might
foil
be
in
where
there?
we got it from. I don't know. Yeah.
I tell you
No,
what,
it was,
though,
it was a learned trait, right?
You put 2 forks on each other like this, you create one hell of an arc. I'll tell you what. So then the funniest thing is, we did that. No, you don't.
So that was in the fall of 1 year. So the next spring, we're going to go to state convention. Same boys, right? Now we're going to go stay in a hotel, and I think it was in Syracuse.
Yeah.
So same deal. First thing I did, go to get them in their rooms. Before I gave them their keys, I went in and I took the microwave out, take the silverware
He took
out.
the entire microwave.
Yeah. I said, I'll just take this to my room.
Yeah.
Now, this is the funny thing. So we had state convention at the same place in Syracuse 2 years in a row. And so we did it the first year. And that's where we got our start. And then we took it to nationals. And
Brought
so
it to a new level.
when we got to the states the second year, we were in the same hotel room with the same burnt silverware the next year. I kid you not. We're like, oh wait, it's still here. It was the greatest thing ever.
That's probably the least of your worries, though, when you sit back and think about it. Right? Some boys
No,
throw
I mean, at the end of the
utensils
day,
in the microwave.
yeah.
Yeah, it could have been worse, I'm sure.
Yeah, you take 7 kids you're responsible for. We're on a tour bus, and there's lots of other advisors. But you go to you go to a city in how many states away, right? You're going, and we all came back. We had a good time. I think they learned a lot, and the National FFA does a really nice job of organizing these trips. And in New York State, FFA does a fantastic job of running their program.
No, it was a great experience. I know for him, he still talks about some of the speakers that were out there and stuff. So it's
I talk to
pretty cool.
kids all the time in high school, and I'm like, you guys have FFA at your school? Like, oh yeah, we have it. I'm like, you do anything with it? Like, nope. I'm like, do at least something with it outside of a classroom setting, and you will fall in love. If you're in the agricultural world, I promise it. Like, it is an amazing organization that
Meet a lot of good people. Yeah.
It's amazing. The networking you can do. Like, one quick story of FFA. I had a high school soccer game. We were in the semifinals, and I skipped it because I went to nationals for FFA, and my teammates gave me crap nonstop about that. And I said, boys, I guarantee you right now, I will meet 10 times more people that I'll use in my life than I'll meet at this high school soccer game.
Absolutely.
And I do not regret that decision one bit. Soccer has done nothing for me in my life.
Well, everybody's going to be a pro player,
Everyone's
I
gonna
was
be-
not at soccer, especially.
Yeah, especially Class C and D
Yeah.
schools.
Yeah.
We won't go down that avenue.
Yeah.
Sports. I should have brought sports up around these guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been 28 minutes. So I told you you'd be here for half
Yeah,
hour.
it was supposed to be
Yeah.
10, and we did 28. So
It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
yeah, really nice to meet you guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for
Thanks,
coming
man.
on.
Appreciate it.
And
Appreciate
letting
it.
us set up in your area.
In your area, yeah.
If it wasn't for this man, we wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right,
these,
so
these
next
2
year,
microphones we're
back.
using right now are Markham's microphones. So when I say
Yeah.
this guy helps me out a lot, he helps
We're
me
going to
out.
have to figure out a deal for these there, buddy. Just work some more with him.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But we'll have to get over to your operations sometime and check it out for
Yeah,
sure.
you guys are welcome anytime.
Personally, boys, I don't know about you, but it's been pretty awesome being here.
Yeah, it's a good day. It's going to get loud here again because I see a CDL truck backing up right here and getting to the end of the convention or the conference.
Yeah, so it's been really nice. I mean, it's been amazing. We've been able to sit here and do what we're doing. They did not have to let us do it. We do not have an official booth here, so what they are letting us do is pretty amazing, and it's awesome to be here doing it. So, I thank you boys for coming with me and doing this. This is fun.
Yeah, we kind of just stepped right into this one, didn't we?
Yeah, oh yeah, it pays to know people.
You know, it's I don't know. It was just started out with an idea like a couple weeks ago, and here we are, man.
And I tell you, it is the coolest thing when we're sitting here and people are coming up telling us they know us from the videos or the podcast. I mean, there's been a couple people that have come up and we're like right in the middle of talking to someone else or doing something. So if you ever see us and we're out and about and you want to come up and say hi, absolutely. But if we're like in the middle of something, we may not be able to give you all the time in the world. That's the only thing. So don't want anyone thinking we don't want to talk to you in public.
No, absolutely not. Just trying to get a podcast recorded. So,
right.
Well, like I went back out and talked to 2 or 3 gentlemen that stopped in here that wanted to visit for a minute, but it's probably going to get a little chaotic in here by the looks of things.
Yeah, and
it's the coolest thing ever, seeing people that know us.
It really worked out well. I mean, we had a lot of people say that they liked the content so far that we've been doing before we got here today. And hey, if you just sit here and talk to some good people is basically what it is. And if you can pick up something like we've been doing, I know we picked up stuff from Glenn.
Man, I'll tell you what, I learned a real hard lesson in about 2 seconds today from the man.
Yeah,
he's amazing. He's got so much knowledge up there. So being able to sit down and talk to him was truly an honor. Truly an honor.
How it works in life, man. Don't ever put yourself up where on a pedestal, because you're never, you can always learn something. And I learned. You think you got it figured out, and then when you sit and listen to somebody else, like, wow, I guess I don't have it figured out.
Right.
And that was cool, man. Just listening to Glenn, hey, man, such years and years and years of info right there.
He started in '81, he says, so he's been around the game a little while here. So he's learned so much. So be able to take some knowledge that he has and implement it in my own system. I know I will.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was fully planning on the line that I had up last year to run that on the ground for a day and a half, and that will be in the tank day 1 now.
Yeah, just that little thing will up our production for the little guys like us, for sure.
And I'm going to share that with my grandfather, because he is a firm believer in first day run on the ground.
Yep.
He is firm in it. So if I can change that, he'd have the best sap of the year right there already collected.
Yeah, you're dumping the best sap of the year on the ground, which makes sense when he puts it very simply.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolutely. He's a smart guy. So
and his whole just the little nuances that I don't think about when I'm in the woods working. The squirrels, like, yeah, everybody's dealing with squirrels, but when he talked about cleaning at the end of the year, and there's no sense in pumping water back up. You can't physically pump it that far.
Right.
Then the water's sitting in a drop line. Oh, squirrel's thirsty. It's in the middle of the summer. It's a drought or whatever. We had a drought this summer,
Yeah.
And that squirrel's on that line. Oh, he sees that liquid moving in that line. There we go. Bang. Tries to get it. Stuff like that. That's ingenious thinking,
For sure.
So what they got going on here is amazing. We're at SUNY Cobleskill. They got an expo here in the ballroom of the Bauk Hall. Pretty good size expo there, and then we got a bunch of webinar or workshops going on all day.
Workshop breakout sessions upstairs.
Yeah, they're teaching people all day, and it's an amazing thing they got going here. So I want to just say a huge thank you to Keith Schiebel. I want to say a huge thank you to the Catskills Maple Producers Association who's putting this on, and a huge thank you to SUNY Cobleskill in New York State. We would not be able to be here without them, and they're putting on some amazing things, some amazing resources for all maple producers in New York, and we have heard guys from PA and
Oh, dude, we've been getting feedback. They like this. More people are taking pictures of us when they walk by, and
I think we got one more guest today at 3 o'clock.
We'll be doing the RO bucket. Yep, this will probably be out after this. His are probably posted online. So, but yeah, we've had some great guests on and endless knowledge. So hopefully, if you guys have watched this and learned anything from it, hopefully you guys can take something away from it and learn. I know I had a guy comment the other day on my YouTube videos like, "Thanks for posting about 316s because I do everything wrong in maple." I'm like, "Well, I'm sure you don't do everything wrong, but you take a tip or trick or two from us. That's pretty awesome." So
yeah, and make sure a lot of people. When I walked around with Dan a little bit earlier when Bennett was teaching. A lot of people watch the videos. I saw the video, shaking your hand.
It's crazy.
If you see it, don't be afraid to comment. You can just say hello on there. But it's kind of nice to to know that there is people out there watching, because we've already said this. We're just a bunch of clowns that want to have a good time. So
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, comment. Make sure you subscribe.
Like, share,
Yeah.
tell all your friends.
Tell your friends, even if they just driving back and forth to work. Put us in your ear and have some fun.
I don't know about you two boys, but I've had a blast with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are
Yeah.
like family to me, man. And
Absolutely.
I don't know, like we said, this just started as a thought
Yeah, a
a
lot of
couple
fun
weeks
though.
ago, and then all of a sudden, man, bam. Hey,
Yeah.
we didn't talk about our new setup.
Oh,
we
we
got
even
new
got
mics.
New mics. We're upgrading in the world. We're big time now.
Yeah,
So
Big
pretty sure we're
time.
gonna get some headphones. You said for all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
us.
we'll get some nice headphones going. These ones are a little bit less nice.
Because at the end of the day, we want to put a good product out there for you guys watching. We want you to be able to hear us. There's nothing worse. We got sounds going on all over the place
Oh,
here
man,
behind us.
I
We
hope-
don't like it either.
I haven't been able to go back and watch it yet, but I hope it all sounds good for you guys because, like you say, we're in public, so obviously we can't control everything.
Yep.
Eventually, when we're huge, we'll have our own podcast studio. But
Did you hear that, Scoon?
yeah,
Huge.
podcast studio. Yeah, I heard.
But we
that.
just want to say thanks for watching and make sure you check out the 2027 Maple Conference when they get that going. We'll be sure to talk about it again.
I'm assuming that's going to be here again, from what I
It's
hear.
sounding that
Sounds
way,
like
so we will keep everyone updated with that and make sure you come next year. For sure.
And another thing, too, if we get our ducks in a row, which I'm sure will be found, we can maybe get inside there next year.
Yeah, we get a
Might be able
booth
to.
and
Right by the
have all our
food.
stuff on it. Right by the
By the
food.
food.
That's what it is.
I didn't even eat any of it. Did
In
you
the
eat?
car, I
Did
didn't
you
get
eat?
it.
I didn't get
I
any
ate.
either.
Oh, V8.
I ate.
So,
But-
Oh yeah, it's been fun, guys, and we'll do one more. And
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yep,
Do
thank-
it. Do it.
thanks for watching.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the Tapped In podcast. Please, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and hit the like button. It really helps us out a lot, gives us the motivation to keep going, and it helps the algorithm push it to other people to see the videos as well. If you like the content we're talking about and you want to see more in depth about it, you can head over to CrestView Maple Farm on YouTube and check out all the stuff Dan Bolton's doing over there with the bigger size operation. Then you can check out Mountaintop Maple on YouTube and check out my operation in the smaller setup, and we'll be boiling here soon, things like that. We got some merch on the Facebook. We got regular hats in both different color styles and beanies. Go check out all our Facebooks and follow the TikTok. Mountaintop Maple TikTok and a Tapped In TikTok. So go follow both of those. And thanks guys for watching.